guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video. I get so many people telling me that I should do this video, so today I'm doing it. I am going to be doing my everyday natural makeup routine. It's the look I got on right now, so if you guys want to see this look, keep watching. So today I am starting with my base makeup already done, but we are going to get into the tutorial. So let's get started. I am starting with the Urban Decay Primer Potion as a base, and I'm going to apply that to my eyelids and just blend that right on in. Next, I like to start with the base shade, and for that I'm going to be using 13 out of the Urban Decay Naked palette, which is this one. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelids. You know that I'm leaving. I know how to please you. Hennessy in the freezer. It's all that you're leaving. Then I like to add my lighter shimmery shade to the brow bone, and the shade I use for that is Polyester Bright, and it is by Urban Decay. It is one of my favorite eyeshadows. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of my eye, and it gives that lovely little glow and it brightens the eyes. So I'm going to just keep doing that to my inner corner and to my brow bone. So next I like to take a fluffy blending brush and I like to darken the crease of my eye, and I use two colors. I use Naked from the Urban Decay Naked Original palette, and I use Buck. I like using those, and I'm going to take and I'm going to mix those, and I'm going to apply them to my crease to darken that. And it also gives like a nice base for like darker colors and blending those. So I'm going to apply that one, and I'm going to repeat and do the exact same thing to the other eye. And the key really is blending, because if you want a really flawless effect, you really have to blend it out. Since I already have like the base down, I like to put in a little bit of darker color just to give my eyes some more definition. And I like using this brush. It is a regular crease brush, but it's like a little smaller and it's not as fluffy. So I use Whiskey from the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. So I will be adding that to the outer corner of my eye and just blending it. Now I'm going to take the same fluffy brush I just used and I'm going to blend that all out. To make sure everything is all blended, I like to use the same fluffy brush. I dust it off, and I like to use a very light natural looking shade to like blend all the colors together, and it is Combust from the Smoky palette as well. I just take that and I put it above where I had the darkest shades and where they connect with the lighter shade that I put earlier. Also, I go in with 13, the same shade I used for the base, and just blend that right over too, because it's a little lighter and it kind of helps the colors blend a little better. You know that so next I like using a liner brush, and I like to underline my eyes with it. So I use the shade Whiskey out of the Naked Smoky as well. I line underneath my eyes with it. So this is my trick for cleaning up the edges of your eye and like get it all nice and sharp in a straight line. I like to take a makeup wipe and just go straight back, and you get a nice clean line. I usually do my makeup without foundation and everything on, but for the sake of the video I already applied all that, so just do it very lightly so you won't like rub off your foundation. I used to do the cut crease with concealer, but I found a better, easier way. Like I still do the cut crease with concealer if I want to do a full cut crease, but for the half cut crease I just take a flat brush, and this is the brush that came with my Urban Decay Naked palette, and I take some setting spray and I spray it. I just take the shade High from the Urban Decay Smoky palette, and I just put that on the brush, and then I pat that on my eyelid, and it gives me that cut crease look.
A moment, yeah, I'm just on it. I'm running out of time to hold you down, running out of time to be your man.
And then I take the opposite end. And this is the same brush I used for the inner corners of my eyes for the lighter shade. And I also like to go back over with the lighter shade Polyester Bride and put some more of that on my brow bone just to give it that little extra. And I do it to the inner corners of my eye as well. Next, I like to line my lids, and I like using these liquid eyeliners in the pen. This one is the Maybelline Your Master Precise Daily. It is basically the same one as the Stila in the pen, but the Stila lasts a little longer, but they both work just fine for me for my everyday routine. If I'm going out, I might use the Stila, but just like for everyday, this one I use. And this one's actually a sample I got from Ulta, but I do have the bigger one somewhere. I just like to create a wing, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I go to the outer corner of my eye and I draw a straight line, and then I come down with it, and then I connect the line to my lid, and then I just fill it in. And then I just draw a line across my eyelid, a very thin line, but just enough to give my eye a little definition, but not too much to overpower the whole eye and the look. So I also go down into my inner corner of my eye with the eyeliner. So I just did the other eyeliner, but that's how I create my wings. So next I'm going to do mascara, and I use a couple different mascaras. The first one is the Smashbox X-Rated, and I also use the Tarte Lights Flashes Camera, and I use that in a trial size. So I like to start with the Smashbox X-Rated because this one is the one I use for length, and I just like applying that all over my lashes.
You know that.
And a little tip, if you go through your mascara in a zigzag motion, it applies better. So that's what I like doing for my lashes. And I'm trying to take a break from false lashes, so I haven't been wearing those much recently. Mostly because I am trying to grow my natural lashes, so I just like use a bunch of different mascaras to achieve the same look. And it's an everyday makeup routine, so just like apply this makeup routine to go to school and stuff. So then I'm going to use the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, and this one is kind of a volume building one, but it also lengthens them too.
You know that I'ma be the one that keep it real with you and everybody fake.
And then I use the Montier, and this one is absolutely my favorite.
Never show it and I'm not afraid. I love you, never show it and I'm not afraid. But if you just a minute or a lifetime, what's the
Another little pro tip is if you do the ends of your lashes, like the very tips of your eyelashes, it does help them get a little longer. And then, just to make sure they don't get too clumpy, I like taking a clean spoolie and I like running that through my lashes.
Give me a reason, you know that I'm leaving. Give me one reason, you know that I'm leaving. I know how to please you, had to see in the freezer.
And that is all I do for my eye makeup. Just to like clean up anything that, like any drop shadow or anything, I take a fluffy brush and just dust underneath my eyes just to make sure. So next I'm going to move on to contouring, and I contour with this flat brush. It is from Real Techniques, and I use the Too Faced Chocolate Slowly, and it is in shade medium deep. It's a matte bronzer, so you don't like get the like shimmery. I know there's like a lot of bronzers that are like really shimmery, and I can't stand that. So I just like take that and dust it really lightly, and I apply it to my chin because the double chin, and I like contouring that. And I already have a little bit of contour done, so just because it looked awful and I felt like it needed to be done. And then I'm going to take my cheekbones and I contour those as well. And I do my forehead.
You know that I'ma be the one that.
So then I just like blend that all the way out. And for my natural everyday routine, I don't bake because I spend too much time on my eyes and I never have time to like really do my face that well. So I don't do that. And then I also contour my nose. But for my nose, I just like take a little bit and put it on my finger and just like run one streak down and one streak down and just rub that in because I find that gives me the best results. I also take the brush just to blend it out. And I'll take my brush and continue blending.
I love you, never show it, and I'm not afraid.
So I'm gonna do my highlight, and I use a fan brush for this. And I use the Anastasia Glow Kit, and I use shade Summer. And a little tip for making your highlight last longer is the setting spray. I use so much setting spray for everything. And I just apply that to the nose.
Hey, I don't feel just a minute or a lifetime.
To the top of my cheekbones. And I also apply it to the top of my lip. And I set all my makeup. And the setting spray I've been using throughout this video is the Maybelline Master Fix. So next, after I've applied my setting spray and finished all my makeup, I like doing my lipstick. And for the lipstick, since I have like a very natural eye going on, I like using a pink lipstick. And this is the Marc Jacobs lipstick. This is just like a regular lipstick. This is a matte lipstick, so I don't really use like lip liner for it because I don't really need to.
You already had it, baby.
And I use a plumping gloss over it.
I wish you the best.
That's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more from me, please leave a comment below on what you would like me to do next. Also, if you want to see the base makeup routine, also leave a comment on that. Everything, my socials and everything will be in the next slide. Bye!